Joseph, the big tobacco deal has finally happened. RJ Reynolds and Lorillard are getting together in a $27 billion deal. We've had the details today. What have we found out?
Well, you say it's a big deal and that's going to happen, but the market doesn't seem so sure. I mean, it's a 40% premium offered by Reynolds compared to when reports of talks began way back in February. And yet Lorillard shares opened below that $68 a share offer and are around sort of $62 at the moment, which is a fairly big discount. And also Imperial Tobacco, which has agreed to buy about $7 billion of assets off both companies to make the deal happen, well, that's down 2%, which is maybe skepticism about entering the US market, but also reflects what seems to be the big fear here, which is will the regulators let it through?
And what's the likelihood of the deal being slowed down or stopped by the regulators? Are there remedies already in place?
Well, I mean, there's a history of sort of trust busting by the FTC in this market. And if you look at tobacco markets globally, as we sort of recently noted, they're quite consolidated on the sort of Herfindahl index. The US is slightly different because it's a duopoly between Altria, which is the old Philip Morris, and Reynolds, with Lorillard coming third. But if Reynolds and Lorillard combine in pure market share terms, it looks a bit dodgy. Interestingly, however, in the package being sort of sold to Imperial, Lorillard has kind of thrown in Blue, which is this really fast-growing e-cigarette. And e-cigarettes are a small market, but Lorillard has about half of that market at the moment. So is that an offering to the regulators? Maybe, but you're giving away quite a valuable option to Imperial at the same time, so it's another reason to doubt the deal.
Sounds like quite a big price to be paying to get it through, selling this fast-growing e-cigarette business. But what's the benefit from RJ Reynolds' point of view? What are they hoping to get out of this?
Well, I mean, simply buying growth. I mean, Lorillard has bucked the trend in US tobacco in terms of that it's grown revenues about 7% annually over the last few years, which is not bad, and it's primarily because of its strength in menthol. That's kind of where it's sort of tightened its focus in the last few years, and that targets a different demographic to US smokers more broadly. So is the trade, get menthol, and the option value of e-cigarettes is less important? Perhaps so, because Reynolds already has an e-cigarette called Vuse, which is pretty much still in like development phase really in terms of rollout across the US, but that's the shuffling of assets here.
Perhaps plenty more of that to come. I guess it's now over to the regulators. Joseph, thanks very much.